It is Andy versus Fleafy in this mini European tournament. We have Fleafy coming in with the, Andy coming in with the Elite Specialist. Fleafy, Cost Control Specialist. Okay. Interesting setup here. I have a feeling we all know where this is going. Predictions here for Andy is going to be that he is going to deploy a whole bunch of level 2 hackers and go with the old Fang strategy. Now, there aren't any Stormcallers on the field yet. Stormcallers are a very good answer to that. In fact, these tanks are a great answer to all of these little Fang, but these Fang are actually pushing through quite well here on the left for Andy. Andy was the Advanced Group 3 champion. Interesting. Now he's in the Advanced Room 1. I believe that the rooms do make quite a bit of a difference. I have only won a couple of Intermediate Group 1 tournaments before. I have not participated in a tournament in quite a while just because I have found casting to be more fun. These tanks will eventually be able to wrap this up. Oh wow, and there's even a couple of crawlers here. If you guys love this Mechabellum content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. We are 40-ish subscribers away from being monetized in the United States, so that would be really nice. Also, if you're a video editor, I ran into quite a bit of money recently and I am looking to hire. So let me know. Fleafy picks up laser sights. Andy, what do you have for me? Assault mech. Yeah, I saw that coming. Laser sights actually going on the Mustang. Okay, actually, I think this is a great upgrade. Mustang absolutely chew through Fang. Like 4 Mustang can kill an entire unit of Fang. Andy actually going with a Rhino. Okay, maybe this isn't the hacker, or maybe it's an evolution trying to throw his opponent off a little bit. Just get a Rhino in there. It will have a ton of HP, 38,000 HP. This sniper is going to take forever to kill it. Unfortunately, this tank is already, or can already level to level 2. That does mean that the Rhino would have to punch it twice. Now, 6,000... Not quite. The Rhinos could still swipe these tanks and just get rid of them. And actually having these Assault Fang is really nice because they'll keep up with the Rhino quite a bit better. Look at him go. Hut, 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 hut. Off they run. Let's see if these Rhinos drop. Oh my gosh, the amount of punishment that these Rhinos are taking is huge. These Fang are just not quite quick enough to keep up with them, though. If they had this mechanical rage, it would have worked a little bit better, as they would have been dealing just a tad bit of damage to clean this up. As the tower drops, though, this Rhino won't be taking any significant damage. He needs this Rhino to live as long as possible, just because these tanks and Mustang will absolutely butcher the Fang. Snipers are the least of the worries here. Oh, and the Mustang just have great DPS. Able to clean this up. The little Fang try. Some of them fire their little blue lasers. I do think it's cool that the Fang have little laser guns. I don't know why everybody else shoots bullets and missiles, but the Fang are the only one with laser guns. I guess the sniper has a laser as well. I just figured it's more like a railgun. Charged ammo versus the nanotech. Oh, yeah, interesting. All right, well, this Rhino's going to live quite a bit longer with the repair kit. Here comes some Phoenix. And a ton more Fang here for Andy. Andy's really setting up for a Fang transition. His flanks are completely open, though. If Fleafy is a very good player. From Fleafy's perspective, this is what he's looking at. Oftentimes when I play the game, if you're looking to improve, just change your perspective a little bit. Wait 5 seconds, move your camera around, and don't really think too hard, and then go back into it. Yep, and Andy is going for the flank. Fleafy could put on pressure of his own. He chooses not to, though. I do like these Phoenix. These Phoenix are going to do wonderful against the Rhino. They do a lot more damage. Look at that chunk damage. Oh my gosh. And these Fang are just not able to keep up yet. They don't have the important upgrade. Rhino drops quickly. All of these Fang will be absolutely obliterated. There's a couple more coming in on the flank. 2 more units. They're pretty quick, too. They'll get the tower. Luckily, they shoot very quickly. Assault Fang with the mechanical rage, though, is something to be truly feared, as it will just absolutely destroy anything that they come in contact with. These Fang would suddenly become ultra aggressive. Either that or give them some range. They're already moving quick. You have a lot of those units on the field. It's probably worth speeding it up. This is looking like a pretty dominant win, though, here for Fleafy. Fleafy already spawned with, I think, just a little bit more HP than Andy. And now he's at least, well, he's over 1,000 HP higher. That is a really good lead to be in. Subsidized marksman for Fleafy. Or sorry, Mustang for Fleafy. Andy's in a tough spot. I think he was hoping for the heavy hackers. That has not yet come out. And these shields are going to do a lot of good work here for Fleafy as well. More Mustang for Fleafy. These can go right on the flank and easily take care of all of these Fang. Especially if the Mustang get a range increase soon. The Fang are unfortunately just outpaced. Andy, taking his time, decides to pop smoke. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's the range increase on the Fang. Just offset a little bit of the movement decrease. More Fang on the flanks. Oh my. It's just a Fang game. Fang, Fang, and more Fang. The Fang actually outranged these Mustang. That's very important. This 40 meters is really huge. How big is this? 40 meters. Yeah, it's the exact same as the marksman upgrade. I thought so, but you never know. Andy's sitting on $100. You know, if you really want your Fang to kick butt, give him that 10% increase. No, he says, I don't need these Rhino anymore. Recycles it for another unit of Fang. Okay. Can Fleafy just kill Fang? That's the question. Almost certainly. Oh, and he does give them the attack upgrade for Andy. This can quickly turn once the hackers come out, if that is the play. It's a very expensive setup. Very, very expensive. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Once the Fang are able to outrange units, it's surprising the DPS that Fang can put out. They're actually killing tanks. And Fang level up extremely quickly. Not only that, Fang don't really give a lot of XP. A lot of Fleafy's units aren't leveled. And that's going to hurt him. But this is what I was talking about with those shields. Those shields really do matter. Level 3 Fang, jeez. And this Rhino is able to heal through a lot of the damage. Jeez, it's going to live through this nearly at full HP. Go, little Fang, go. Let your freak flag fly. Fleafy needs either a range increase on his Mustang, splash shot, some Vulcan. Heck, even some Stormcallers would do moderately well here. Oh, all of these are exceedingly useful in this case. I tend to lean away from the Lightning Storm just because it is random. It is very strong, don't get me wrong, but it is random. Fleafy goes with the Junior Manufacturing Specialist. I wonder why. He's going to need just a bunch of units to take care of all of these Fang. And that really does help offset the cost for Fleafy, just because he needs to deploy a lot of units. One of the great things about the Fang strategy is that Fang are cheap. And old Andy hasn't had to unlock a lot of units, whereas Fleafy has to pick up the Junior Manufacturing Specialist because he needs to offset the cost of all of these different types of units just to deal with the Fang. I wonder if Andy is going to go insane. Pick up the, well, the Orbital Bombardment might hit his Fang, but pick up the Orbital Bombardment or something that kills shields a little bit quickly. Recycle the Rhino and grab only Fang. That would be incredible. Just Fang. The Fang now have increased damage. There's 2 more. Do we get a third? Oh my god, we get a third. What are you doing, Andy? Oh, it's kind of like Toy Story. This doesn't make any sense, but for some reason, Toy Story Andy is in my head, and he's like, what if I only had Woody as a toy? And all the other toys are like, but there's more, Andy. No, there is only Woody. And that's what he's doing. The Mustang able to easily clobber a lot of these Fang. They do take some serious damage back. The Rhino charges right down the center, gets the tower. The Fang are just going insane. Wow, look at him go. Only Fang. There is only Fang, and there is only war. Oh my god, Fleafy. You need a Vulcan, bud. I think he's hesitant to play the Vulcan because of the hacker play. So going with a couple of Stormcallers first is probably a good idea. Fleafy grabs the electromagnetic blast. There's a huge amount of Fang here. The Mustangs now have the splash damage, which will absolutely overpower many of these Fang. Fang are all leveling up to level 2, level 3. Ooh, these are some tough Fang. Lots of shielding. Fleafy opts to grab a few more Mustang and what appears to be some more Stormcallers. Of course, more Fang for Andy. Oh, Fleafy. I've been watching Fleafy for the entirety of this channel, and I feel for this guy right now. I kind of feel like my friend's facing off against just a goon. The level 3 Rhino's doing quite well. Honestly, Andy, buy the dance, get the mobile beacon, and just push that Rhino right into it. It might be worth it. Oh, and Andy's actually a little concerned about his flanks. Quite a smart move. Let's see how well these Mustangs do. Oh, they're cleaning up the Fang very quickly now. Very, very quickly now. Let's see if it's enough. There isn't really a lot to deal with this Rhino again. And that could really put the nail in the coffin here for Fleafy. The sniper isn't on it. Oh no. It's not enough. It's not enough. These Mustang are doing a great job, though. They're getting plenty of kills. Problem is that the Fang have enough HP right now just to push through, and there's nothing here to stop this Rhino. This Rhino is really the linchpin of this Fang aggression, as it's pulling in just so much damage. A melting point seems insane, but it might be the answer needed. Missile strike here for Fleafy. And he could go with the super heavy armor, and he does. Super heavy armor Fang. Is that going to be the choice here? That seems like madness. They'd still... Well, they wouldn't die to everything anymore. Oh, and a fortress. Double fortress? I'm a little concerned about this for Andy. Although these fortresses will offer a huge amount of HP, they're much, much slower. And honestly, the aggression of the Rhino was really pushing this flank. Without it, I'm a little nervous. But these fortresses will have 320,000 HP. There's nothing here that deals that much damage. I am almost certain that this will work. 320,000 HP on that fortress. There's just nothing here that can deal with it. It's all set to kill chaff. And this has been some amazing play by Andy. Ooh, man, these Mustang actually do a really good job cleaning up these two units. The right flank will most likely collapse here for Fleafy. There isn't really anything pushing back or pushing in, and all of these Mustang are able to shoot down. There goes the tower. The question is just, is there anything that can kill this fortress? I think all the little Fang, unfortunately, will go the way of the Dodo, but I'm not sure that there's anything that can kill these two super aggressive fortresses. Down goes the tower. This will give a little bit more time. Unfortunately, all of these Mustang are shooting at the wrong things. The missiles are targeting the Fang. Maybe not. I think they were. No, they're actually going after the fortress. Fleafy might just die. Well, he won't die, but it's going to be very close. All right, now Fleafy has another issue. There are two fortresses that aren't going to level, but have hundreds of thousands of HP on the field. That melting point is looking like a much, much better option. The fortress also has the nano repair kit. Oh, Fleafy. Oh, Fleafy. What do you do against such reckless hate? They're senior attack specialist for both players. More fortresses coming out. Man, I love Mechabellum. What a great game. This is madness, and this is what I live for. Not just Vulcan Phoenix, Vulcan snipers, but just some weird, crazy builds. Oh my god. Fleafy, what did he pick up? What did he pick up to deal with this? Phoenix. Ooh, Phoenix with the attack upgrade. That could work, and they have range. They're immediately going to be shooting at the fortress. Unfortunately, these Phoenix are a little far forward. They do 8,000 damage a shot. Oh, that's going to take a long time. I don't know if it's too little too late. I think a couple of melting points may have been a better answer, as they would just melt these fortresses. We'll find out. Andy playing a 2-unit game. There is literally only 2 types of units on the field here for Andy. Smoke goes down and smoke whiffs. These Phoenix are actually making quick work of the sniper, or of the fortresses on both flanks. Ooh, and it's a huge collapse here on the right. The tower falls at a really inopportune time, though. There's still a ton of Phoenix on the floor. Let's see, or in the air even. Let's see if they can make it work. There's really not very many Fang left. And once the Fang all die, this fortress can't shoot up. Fang are all dead, and this is a clear win for Fleafy. It's not enough to kill Andy, but it's certainly going to deal a lot of damage. Man, those Mustang really want blood. And down goes the fortress. Great play here by Fleafy. Oh my gosh. Can this work? What does Andy have up his sleeve? Is it going to be a 3rd unit type? Fleafy grabs the Mama ship. Pretty good. Ooh, and a Mama ship right in the back line. Has to be careful. These Fang might turn around, and they are high enough level to probably kill the mothership very quickly. Andy's thinking about the same thing and deploys his own mothership in the back line. Fleafy thinks it's the end of the game. Burns the midnight oil. The Fang are now ultra aggressive with the movement speed increase. This is very important, as they'll be able to push through some of this Mustang damage a little bit quicker. Stormcallers getting upgrades. I think this is very important. 100% attack increase on the Stormcallers as well. Very, very important to get through these shields. Let's see if it's enough. Fleafy needs to upgrade these marksmen. Or Mustang, even. The marksman could use an upgrade, but meh. They're kind of... The Phoenixes are much more important at this point. I would like to see some upgrades on these Mustang just to keep the damage rolling out. If these Mustang are level 3, they'll deal with the level 3 Fang a lot better, and they're not. Let's see how quickly. Well, it works. It works quite well. 1 fortress down. 2 fortress down. 1 more shot by these Phoenix. They get it. Mama ship in the back line did fall very quickly. All right, it's all down to 2 fortresses. I don't think there's enough. Man, those Stormcaller shots really do a lot of damage. And the last big boy goes down. Fleafy saying, hey, there's more than 2 units in this game. And really makes it work. Combined arms versus the March of the Giants and the Little Boys. Great plays here. Poor Andy. I think Andy tried to go with some weird cheese. I really liked it just because it was something different. Congratulations to both players. I would love to play against Andy. I would be biting my nails, but we'll see you in the next round. Round 2 of the tournament, GCU versus Kebab Sniffer. Both some of my favorite players. Kebab picks up Giant Specialist. Crawler Stormcaller versus GCU Supply Specialist. What did GCU pick up here? Fang and Tanks. Ooh. This is going to be a little rough start here for GCU. Of course, he has significantly less HP as well. Wow, GCU going a little bit forward. I think this is an interesting decision on his part, just because these Stormcallers will be in range immediately. GCU opts to grab some range, and he's going for a combined arms headbutt. Not a bad choice. Kebab doesn't really need to pick up any anti-air at this point, but he might be nervous about it, just because he already outshoots and outguns GCU so well. I would think that a couple of snipers might be the thing to come out here. No, arc lights. Well, this has to go in the way of GCU, as there is absolutely nothing that shoots up for old Kebab. At least the Stormcallers will get a lot of kills, eradicating just large units of, what are they called? Fang. Crawlers are going to get in. They'll deal some damage. They do have some tank support, and honestly, I feel like recently Fang have been doing a little bit better against Crawlers. I did not see any notes saying that they were buffed, but it just seems like the Crawlers don't deal with Fang as well. Fang seem to kill them a little bit more often. Okay, well, Stormcallers will whiff a lot of shots, eventually getting a tank or two. But somehow, Stormcallers are so bad at shooting, they will miss tanks on the move, even without the mechanical rage upgrade. Blammo. Oh wow, he nailed that one. And there's still a Crawler here in the background, just chipping away. I am really interested to see the new updates that we have on the way There are going to be changes to the command center and the research station, allowing them to be upgraded to have more HP. Could be very useful if you're playing a headbutt style and you don't want to upgrade or play any units in your backline to protect your units. Heavy armor coming out for GCU. This might sound crazy, but I've, in the past, upgrade the Phoenix, put the heavy armor on them, and all of a sudden, your Phoenix aren't paper anymore. It's a very weird way to play, and in fact, putting it on the tanks is probably a better way of doing things, but it can really catch people off because they'll grab a sniper, and they'll think the sniper, okay, it will take 1 or 2 shots to kill the Phoenix, depending on the Phoenix's level. When it takes 4 shots, all of a sudden, that Phoenix is always killing the sniper. It's able to close the distance. It's able to kill the sniper. It's even sometimes able to kill a second sniper. It's a weird thing to do. I've done it in the past, and it's worked out well. We see a lot of crawlers coming out here for GCU. More tanks for Kebab. Or, excuse me, let's flip-flop this. I've already gotten in trouble in the comments before. Fixing it now. Phoenix coming out for Kebab. Tanks for GCU. I do apologize for mixing up players' names sometimes. I just get a little excited. Ooh, and there's the backline aggression here for Kebab. He's realized that all of GCU's units are on the front line, and just having a unit of crawlers in the backline will claim the tower. Unfortunately, I think that there's just a little bit too many... Oh my god. Okay. I was not expecting that. The Phoenix for Kebab Sniffer actually nuked down the Phoenix of GCU before shooting at the tanks. And there's another unit of crawlers coming into the backline here. These tanks are going to suffer from being slowed, and the Stormcallers are able to clean them up. Ooh, not quite. Okay, it's going to be a big re-engagement, but luckily these crawlers are slightly ahead of the Phoenix. Ooh, it might not matter. It matters. As that one Phoenix is diverted, this will go in the way of Kebab Sniffer. Oof, poor GCU. A small loss, but hey, he doesn't have as much HP as Kebab Sniffer. Amp Core is normally the choice here, but the tech spec is very important, and Kebab thinks so as well. Kebab thinks he has time. Normally when you pick up those types of things, you're thinking that you have a lot of time. Let's get a nice aerial view of the battle here. Oh, okay. GCU's a little nervous about his flanks. He plays out an arc light to get rid of the crawlers. Kebab is able to recycle something, but what is he going to recycle? Recycles the arc light. Doesn't need it. Instead goes with a Vulcan. Okay. There isn't really much spam on the field, but I think Kebab is just going with a more meta build in the form of a couple of Phoenix, a couple of Vulcan. You're able to deal high damage or high single point damage. You're able to deal with a lot of chaff easily with the Vulcan. It's not a bad choice. Ooh, and some very aggressive crawlers here as well. I think GCU's worried about a flank commitment. Honestly, I was thinking that Kebab was going to recycle these crawlers here as he put them... Oh, no. Instead, playing an arc light, this arc light will absorb some damage. It's not going to absorb the most, but it'll absorb some damage and may allow these crawlers to at least deal with the Fang. They will almost certainly die, but you never know. Here comes the big photon emission. Let's see if it's enough to keep these units up. I don't think so. The photon emissions should still get, or the Fang will still be overwhelmed by the missiles. And unfortunately, that arc light did not stand a chance. Didn't even get a chance to spawn in. That was that. The Vulcan's going to stand very strong for a while, but unfortunately, the only thing that shoots up is on the right side of the field. So although this Vulcan will eventually burn down a tank or two, doesn't really matter. If there was Phoenix standing behind the Vulcan, he would have been in a much better position. This round is definitely going to go in the way of GCU, and a lot of damage is going to be coming out onto Kebab Sniffer. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Let's take a look-see here. Range Specialist could be very important for both players. GCU doesn't think so, though, and goes with the Orbital Bombardment. Okay. He's playing aggressive. He has to play aggressive. Kebab could go with the Range Specialist, though, just to increase the range of his Phoenix. And the Phoenix Wars, the one who shoots first generally wins. Improved fire control is also quite good. Yeah, and he goes with it. But where's he going to place it? Oh, we have the bouncing arc light. It's back here on the right. Hooray. And a fortress for Kebab. Kebab is spending a lot of money on giant units. And slowly, the number of units for GCU are just kind of piling up. Wow. The two brothers here on the left. Oh, no. He's splitting them up. They can't be alone in a room together or they'll fight. They're like two apex predators. If you leave them in a fish tank together, they'll just go insane. I would like to see these crawlers get recycled. They are basically not doing anything, and there's no real reason to have them. The increased attack here on the Vulcan, that will just help him burn through these tanks a little bit quicker because the tanks already have the increased health. Lots of crawlers. Lots of crawlers, and honestly, there isn't a lot to deal with crawlers on the field currently. There's these quick-moving tanks. That will certainly help, but I think the crawlers might be able to overwhelm the lines of GCU here. Unless the orbital bombardment just absolutely neuters everything, and it does. Man, the RNGesus on those orbital bombardments is strong. Sometimes the bombardment will do nothing. Sometimes it will just clear your entire enemy's left flank, and that's exactly what happened. Another powerful move here for GCU. Kebab's little fortress is not able to deal with anything that shoots up. And this is going to go the way of GCU in a big, big way. Another 500 damage, I would think, out onto Kebab. Oh, yeah, a little bit more. That's rough. That is rough. All right. Top supply by GCU. GCU has time. He thinks he can use the extra cash. It's a little bit of a down payment, and he'll have $100 extra next turn. Kebab thinks there's time in the game as well. Kebab's got to pull some magic. I don't know what he can do here that makes a lot of sense. He just needs things that shoot up. Currently, he doesn't have many things that shoot up. I would think 3 Phoenix would go a long way here, as the wave clear is pretty decent. It's not phenomenal, but it's pretty decent. And I do like playing these crawlers out at the front. So what Kebab has done by doing this is that he's allowing his Stormcrawlers to get the first round off, and it's very likely to hit something. These are literally just buffer crawlers. They'll go in, they'll die very quickly, but they'll get the Stormcrawler shots on the mark. So all of these crawlers, all of these Fang will hopefully be hit by a couple of these Stormcrawler shots. Another Vulcan. Vulcan on the right just to deal with the rest of the chaff. That Vulcan will get cinched down very quickly. But you know what actually deals with Phoenix quite well, and also with mass sniper aggression, is Fang. Get the Fang, get the shields on them, so that way the shields actually work really well against sledgehammers moderately. The reason I say moderately is that the sledgehammers tend to have quite a long reload time. The mechanical rage really does offset that. But at least it makes them perform significantly better. Oh, he did recycle it. It makes them perform significantly better against snipers. Huge engagement. The fire is actually looking pretty strong here. And I do like the old fisticuffs here on the robot. It will help him just clear away these tanks a little bit more, but does he need it? I don't think so. And this sniper's actually doing quite well for itself in the backline, taking out Phoenix now. And that's the great power of the best partner or the best buddy. What is this upgrade called? Best partner, that's right. Just because now you have a little bit more anti-air. Killing Phoenix off. This sniper might get the second one. I don't think it will, actually. Oof. But hey, there's 2 snipers on the field every single turn. And those snipers were able to take out a couple of Phoenix each. That's a pretty good upgrade. Will there be more snipers coming out now for Kebab Sniffer? Oh, the Vulcan's descent. Oh, that's brutal for both players. Even the underground threat is quite good. The underground threat just turns a lot of units. Yeah, and I think the underground threat is the proper choice here for Kebab Sniffer. I would maybe think about putting it just as close as possible, but as we know that you can't just set it directly. Another fortress on the left here for Kebab. GCU has mass upgrades. Man, these Phoenix level 3 with the upgraded electromagnetic shock, just turning off a lot of the tech, and that will actually work very well against the anti-air barrage. Let's see how well it goes. If this fortress turns around, it will eventually kill a Vulcan. Lots of units coming out here for Kebab Sniffer. It's another crawler. GCU still has 300 bucks in the bank. If I was GCU, I might even consider some shields. Yeah, and he goes for it. Just to protect just a little bit longer. And a great missile deployment here for Kebab. So sometimes you don't need to kill the unit with a missile. Sometimes you just need to slow it down. And slowing down that Vulcan for an extra few seconds might decide the fate of the battle. And then your fortress and then your Stormcallers are able to turn around and kill the Vulcan. We'll see how this goes. These little Phoenix are going to be distracted for a lifetime killing crawlers. But hey, we'll find out if that really matters. Man. Here's the big old Vulcan. It's slowed. And all the Stormcallers turn to deal with it. Oh, that's a lot of damage. One more barrage and that Vulcan will drop. The crawlers do a great job at just making the Phoenix all turn around. Man, and the fortress are able to do a ton of damage. This is going to absolutely devastate GCU's HP pool. Man, those fortress might even march forward enough to take out these shields. That would be fantastic here for Kebab Sniffer. I don't think so, though. They're going to aggro onto the little Phoenix, and that will be that. Man, that's a ton of damage, though. Oh, my God. Wow, GCU survives by just the skin of his teeth. That's got to feel bad. Portable shield coming out for GCU. I would expect the... Oh, really? The anti-interface module. Where's he put it? Right on this level 2 fortress. Okay. Lots of missiles coming out for GCU. Huge upgrades across the board for Kebab Sniffer. GCU sitting on 1,400 gold. Or credits, whatever you want to call it. Lots of cash. GCU thinks it's the end of the game. Ooh. A spicy Overlord comes out. And the Overlord is going to be dropping the photon emission. Okay. What does GCU do? He still has 750 bucks. He could deploy a few more units. Kebab opts to grab another unit of Fang. These are just here to absorb a few of these Phoenix shots. Man, the Phoenix are respawning. Having this one unit of Phoenix in the back is very... Actually, there's kind of two. But having a nice, cheeky unit in the back for your respawning Phoenix, it takes a long time for these Phoenix to restore. But once it does, man, oh man, is it great. Now, the restored Phoenix tend to all group up, which doesn't actually work in their favor when it comes to these fortresses' anti-missile barrage. But, hey, you know, at least your Phoenix came back once. Here's the big photon emission. The units on the left die very quickly. The units on the right die very quickly. There's pretty much no front line left for either player. But there are a couple of crawlers and Fang making their way in here on the right and left. Man, this little Overlord's actually getting a few kills at 10 kills currently. There goes the first anti-missile barrage. It's not very good. The sniper is out. It may have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. Fortress is still able to fire off its anti-air barrage, even though these Phoenix should be shooting electromagnetic shot. I'm not sure why this is still going off. Maybe when it blinks in between shots, it doesn't count. Man, really the only anti-air left here is the sniper. If the Phoenix get on top of it, that's it. Oh, and that's not looking great. Out go the missiles, but all of the Phoenix pretty much survive. Is it enough to kill Kebab? Oh, my God. What a good group of games. You couldn't ask for better games than these two. Jeez. Parasitic ammo could be very important for both players. GCU just wants to close out the game and opts for a lightning storm. Parasitic ammo for Kebab. Oh, it's going to be rough. Where's he going to place it? There's another Overlord just to get this 55 or 50% damage reduction. It's very helpful at the very beginning. Range increase, more money for both players. Both players thought the last round was the end of the game. Now they're both working a little bit behind, but at least the playing field's even because they're both working from behind. A lot of overlords. Ooh, and some cheeky Fang in the background. Won't do anything here for GCU initially. Unless... Aha! Unless he backs him up with a unit of Phoenix. A very wise decision. So what's going to happen here? The missile will go off. The Fang will die. These Phoenix will not be affected. And actually having some Phoenix in the backline is great. It's another spot that your Phoenix can respawn from. This is why it's important not to place all of your units in a straight line. These Phoenix, yes, they're in a straight line, but they have different contingencies to allow them to come back. And now poor Kebab has to deal with that. And he doesn't know about these just insane amount of flanking units. Man, the flank can really come in good. I would have liked to see Kebab Sniffer possibly do the same thing on this edge. All right, let's see how it works. Ooh, the Overlord gets pulled. If the Overlord continues to be pulled, it may take out these Phoenix a little early. Oh, and it's going to. That is unfortunate. Maybe not, though. It depends. The Lightning Storm is absolutely devastating on the left-hand side. Quite a few of the units do go down. Ooh, the Fortress drops. Or, sorry, the Overlord drops. Fortresses are still standing proud. There is not a lot to deal with these Phoenix, though. And remember, if the Phoenix tag a Fortress, that's it. They can no longer shoot up. Overlord takes the tower. And another Phoenix. Oh, the Phoenix are split. That's exactly where they want to be. Overlord's able to kill Phoenix left, right, and center. It's going to come down to this. I have a feeling that this Overlord might get gunned down. It does not. Oh my god, there's one Phoenix left. There's two Phoenix left. There's one Phoenix left. They're all respawning. They have to tag these fortresses, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As more and more barrages come out, these Phoenix do all respawn. Gee Louise. Off they go. Fire away. If even one of these fortresses had gotten tagged, that may have gone the other way. Kebab wins by the skin of his teeth. Congratulations to both players. Man, what great games of this tournament. We'll see you in the next round. All right, everybody, this is our semifinals. We have Shadoff versus Fanatics. Both players have been featured on this channel. Ooh, I think Fanatics has actually changed his logo. That looks pretty cool. F4 Mechabellum. Wow, cool, 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 cool. We have Shadoff representing our blue player. He is a cost control specialist coming in with Arclight, Stormcaller, and Crawlers. Wow. Fanatics is a giant specialist, Crawlers, and tanks to start with. Let's see what else he pulls out. Actually, I kind of like Shadoff holding on to these extra $100. I've always been tempted just to grab the upgrade early. That way my units aren't as weak initially with the cost control specialist. But sometimes saving that extra hundo is quite good because it allows you to unlock a giant early. It allows you to pick up a unique tech upgrade, which can lead to different paths in the game. I kind of like it. Now, both players have opted for the Crawlers. We have seen Fangs played a lot recently in these tournaments, especially at the beginning of the tournament. My hat off to Andy. Andy is definitely on my list of fun players from now on. I do like these Arclights, though. The Arclights will clear chaff. There's not really much here to deal with the tanks besides these Stormcallers. They deal with tanks pretty well, but, you know, maybe getting a unit of Phoenix, a sniper or two would be good. I'm always a big fan of the combined arms. If you guys have any fun catchphrases for different unit styles, I've already agreed with a lot of players on the Steel Symphony as the slow-moving ground units. For the fast-moving ground units, I'd like to have a cool catchphrase, and for the aerial units, I'd like to have a cool catchphrase. Of course, there's Ride of the Valkyries or Thunder from Above, something like that, but just something that we can all chat about and understand, like a headbutt and so on and so forth. These Crawlers actually coming in at a really bad angle. So if you ever want your units to survive Stormcaller shots, don't make them run in a straight line, because the Stormcallers will shoot at the first units, miss, and hit the backline units. And those Stormcallers actually able to hit quite a few of those Crawlers early. Tanks all group up right into Stormcaller shots. Oh, that's a lot of extra splash damage. Arclight's able to tank just for a few seconds, and that actually buys the Stormcallers a lot of time to deal damage. Man, there's one tank left. Can this little tank do it? Obviously not. Wow, direct hits. That's not something you see too often. Fanatics take some damage. Just 2 units of Stormcallers left. It's the early game, but what's worth noting, Shadoff has a lot more life than Fanatics. Fanatics grabs the intensive training. I like this. If you can't beat the... oh. Okay. Interesting. Shadoff got the cheap Phoenix to recycle the Phoenix. That way he could buy another Phoenix. Fanatics has the intensive training in order to beat the cost control specialist at its own game, just having high-end units. I do like that maneuver. Let's see if these Phoenix are put to good use. There's absolutely nothing that shoots up for Fanatics, so Shadoff must win this round unless Fanatics suddenly deploys a unit of Fang. Then it all rests on that poor little Fang shoulders. Shadoff opts to grab the oil early. Okay. Early oil, best oil? Question mark? That's actually quite nice because most players would not be expecting it to come out. He could play it right across the top here or across the center here, and that just gives his Stormcallers a lot more time to shoot and also actually hit something. I like the early oil quite a bit. It respawns every 2 rounds. Cooldown, excuse me, every 3 rounds. So you will see it in the early game used to great effect. Also, it makes a lot more, it makes your Vulcan a lot better, because next turn, if a sudden Vulcan comes out, all of these units become toast. Alright, there's nothing that shoots up, so Shadoff must win this round. There's absolutely no way he can lose. It's kind of a just a game to watch Phoenix pick off tanks. And also, a little worrying here for Fanatics. So most players won't actually shield up the oil. And in fact, shielding the oil doesn't work very well. That's why most players won't do it. But if Shadoff does transition into a Vulcan next turn, or gives his Stormcallers the ability to lay down fire, they'll just absolutely toast everything on that left side. So playing the oil, then burning the oil the next round is an exceedingly good way to make it's a value play. And in Mechabellum, value right now tends to be the thing that wins you the game. Ultra aggression is good, but as we've seen in this tournament and in many others, headbutts are iffy. It's a coin flip. Whereas if you go with the value, you have like a 70-ish% chance of winning most of the time. Speed Specialist for Fanatics. I think this is a great idea because a lot of his units have to come in at the same time. And he grabs a Fortress. Okay. What did Shadoff pick up? Missile Specialist. Okay, he's hoping that these units all group up together and then will, you know, just become toast. Phoenix get recycled again. That's a little bit more money here for Shadoff. Shadoff is really playing a huge supply game. He's playing the economy. It's allowing him to unlock a lot of different units and things. Some Fang here for Fanatics. These Fang are more important than you'd think, given that there's a unit of Phoenix on the field. Shadoff still has 600 bucks. He could just go Mass Stormcaller. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Wouldn't be the greatest thing in the world. Or heck, just grab some cheap old Phoenix. There's a missile. Another unit of cheap Phoenix. I do like this. Just having a couple of cheap Phoenix is good. The flanks are completely open to the Phoenix as well. Having a Phoenix just spawn in, and these Phoenix can move with the jump drive. Have a Phoenix spawn in, kill the tower one turn. Hey, that's a quick, easy win. Mustang. Ooh, these Mustang are going to be very unhappy. These Mustang are out just kind of to deal with the crawlers, kind of just give these Stormcallers something to shoot at. But unfortunately, that won't end very well. Ooh, Dance of the Mustang. That's not something we see very often. So what's really cool about Mustang is they can move and shoot. So they just scoot the boot, able to shoot around. The Fang instantly drop, and look at them go. That is so much fun. They're just able to just pull units and keep shooting. I have not seen many players do that before. Really, really good play here by Shadoff. They're able to pull all of these crawlers. Wow, I absolutely love that. Dance of the Crawlers replaced with Dance of the Mustang. Tokyo drifting. There's nothing else on the field that shoots up. These Phoenix will reign supreme again. They'll earn themselves a level. And having these Phoenix slowly level is very important, as they'll just be able to keep crumping through these fortresses quicker and quicker. A lot of damage coming out. The oil will be gone next turn, and that could really help our red player Fanatics. Oh, Stormcaller shots are okay. They don't kill it, though. Wow, Tokyo drifting gun trucks. That's kind of fun. I guess they're like hover trucks. I don't think the Mustang actually drive on the ground. Giant Hunter could be very good here. Shadoff instead goes with the enhancement module. He's just going to be upgrading these Phoenix for free. Ooh, into an upgraded Fortress though. That's not what you want to see. Recycles the Phoenix for the extra cash and instead pops it on the Stormcallers. Wow. Shadoff has so much money. You gotta love money, honey. That's what it's all about. Lots of Stormcallers. Okay, not a bad option. I'd love to see some more Tokyo drifting Mustang just because I think those looked cool. Ooh, and the extra damage on the Stormcallers is really telling. This is becoming more and more prevalent right now, this high explosive anti-tank shells, or I'm just call it the damage upgrade, just because it is a flat damage upgrade. Very useful for killing giants. And it seems to be being used more and more in tournaments to deal with things like Vulcan and snipers, just because the Stormcallers can accidentally overshoot. 1 or 2 shots from a Stormcaller is normally enough to kill a sniper at this point in the game. So having it just deal that extra 100% damage really does nail that sniper and also get rid of Vulcan much quicker before the rest of your units are able to re-engage. Let's see how well it works though. I kind of think the Phoenix may have been more useful still, but I understand why he did it. It's a lot of extra money. Man, the Stormcaller's actually just dealing significant amount of damage. Why aren't these guys running? They just kind of get stuck here and instead get swarmed by crawlers. I don't know what happened there. The Mustang just kind of stopped. That's not great because all of a sudden these crawlers are in a pretty good position. They do get cleaned up by the combined arms of the arc lights. Let's see if the Stormcaller shots are enough. They deal significant damage, taking off maybe a quarter of the HP of the Fortress every time one lands. A barrage, that is. But I don't think it's going to be enough. These Stormcallers will eventually take out the Fortress. There we go. And 1 shot from the Stormcaller is enough to clean up enemy Stormcallers. Wow, and none of it lands. Fanatics taking some significant damage here. Shadoff just has so much money. That's very important. Spawning with $1,100 compared to... Oh yeah, Fanatics grabs the deployment specialist. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Shadoff goes with the parasitic ammo, though. So the great thing about the parasitic ammo is that he already has a lot of Stormcallers. And if that Stormcaller hits, all of a sudden the... Oh no, Shadoff does go with the deployment specialist. But if that was to hit, these Fortress would stop to shoot at those crawlers that respawn there. And that would be a little bit of a delay here for those Fortress, just allowing him to land a few more shots. The Fortress have the anti-air barrage. Interesting upgrade given that there are barely any aerial units, but hey, you know what? There isn't anything else that shoots up, so he might as well have it. He's got a couple units of Fang just to absorb damage. Let's see if the dance of the Mustang actually works this time. These distraction crawlers are great. They'll die this round, almost certainly. The Stormcaller shots should just obliterate them. However, next turn they'll be racing in, which will force Shadoff to have to buy some more units. I like the splash upgrade on the Mustang. It will just get rid of these crawlers significantly quicker. Not only that, it will actually help him get rid of... Ooh, is he going to put it on the flanks? Yes, yes? Question mark? He does. All right, these crawlers are moot now. Flanking crawlers, unfortunately, get outflanked themselves. Ooh. Phoenix in the background. 1 survives. And that 1 that survives may be enough. Wow, look at these little Mustang go. Ooh, and they're drifting. They are drifting. Able to just keep all of these crawlers just tied up and killed. Wow, really great plays here by the Mustang. Well, really importantly, great plays here by Shadoff. Oh, the one little Phoenix in the background was able to actually kill that tower. And that's going to be that. These Fortress will go down. Even this super heavy Fortress with the enhancement module. 106,000 HP. Oh, I thought it was going to manage to miss. 106,000 HP. It can't even shoot down a Phoenix, but it gets it. This is a lot of damage. Fanatics might be dead. Ooh, it's very close. Very, very close. Let's see if Shadoff can pull off this flawless victory. Improved firepower for Shadoff. Punchy upgrades for the Fortress. Now, these rocket punches I don't think can shoot up. Let me just confirm that. No. It doesn't say that it will fire up. I would assume it doesn't shoot up. But he's deploying the fortress as if it will. Well, obviously it has the anti-air barrage, but there isn't really a lot on the ground that needs to be punched by the robotic punch. So, kind of interesting there. But hey, it is what it is. Our little Mustang have earned themselves an upgrade. Fanatics is already out of cash. Shadoff still has another $750 to spend. You gotta love it. Oil could come down, just slow down these units on the left or right. Does he need fire? I don't think so. I think the fire might not be the choice here, just because there are quite a few flimsy units on the field for Shadoff. I would love to see these fortresses either with the shield upgrade or just grab a couple of Mustang or something, Fanatics. That might help you quite a bit, just to kind of push through and maybe cut down a lot of the damages coming out of these Stormcallers. Just 2 units of Mustang shooting down all of these missiles might be a good play. Wow. Mass Crawler. And what do you do with Mass Crawler? You give them the acid. This is not something that we see picked very often in tournaments. What can happen is that as your crawlers come in, they die, they fight in the acid, and they die, causing more acid. But this is actually a very good play, as the acid left behind by these crawlers will most likely get marched through by the fortress. Wow, acid and oil. Ugh, that's not very fun. And that acid does just do a 6% damage decrease to any unit within it. Yeah, and the fortress is getting chipped down here pretty quick. Man, what a great use of these crawlers. I think this fortress has taken twice. Oh my god. The rocket punch is just going off like crazy. Acid dealing a huge amount of damage. I think the acid has done as much damage, if not more, than the Stormcallers. Really great way to get rid of all of these fortresses. Blammo. And that is it for Fanatics. Flawless victory by Shadoff. I do want to say Fanatics did play a fantastic game. I know that was probably frustrating for him, but he didn't quit. He didn't surrender. Great veracity and ferocity from both players. We will see you in the next round for our championship. Actually, let's see who's in the championship. It is going to be Pushover versus Shadoff. Congratulations. See you in a moment. Championship underway now. Pushover versus Shadoff. Let's see what they pick up. If you guys are enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. If you have some replays you'd like me to cast, send them over to the email. It is in the description below. The first viewer chat or viewer cast will be going out here soon. Shadoff picks up the Rhino specialist with a very interesting choice here. Very non-meta. It's going to be crawlers and sledgehammers versus Pushover, who's aerial specialist. Okay, with the more standard Arclight Stormcaller. Let's see how this goes. We see kind of a setup for a bit of a headbutt here on the right. Shadoff likes to keep his tanks all together. If you've ever played survival mode, the AI likes to do this as well. Just put the tanks all on one side. I think that's kind of a wise decision here, as there's no way that the tanks can actually spread enough to cover all of these crawlers. Not only that, if the tanks get caught up killing Fang, then there's no real use for the tanks because they'll just get gunned down by the Stormcallers. I think that this is a little bit of a rough start here for Shadoff, but we will see. Shadoff also comes in 1,000 plus HP under his opponent, Pushover. That's gotta hurt. That's 1 or 2 extra rounds that he's not going to be able to play in this game if he loses. Not great. That's the great thing about having extra HP, is that, hey, I can take an extra 1 or 2 losses in the early game and just shrug it off. Oh, now the game's even. Whatever. Let's see how this goes. 6 seconds. Shadoff, you got to spend your money, dude. 2 seconds. Well, he races to pick up some arc lights. Well, the pressure's building here for our players, and it's showing. Let's see if it's enough. Wow, mass crawlers on the left, completely unsupported, are going to get just absolutely wrecked by 1 unit of arc lights. Ooh, but importantly, the crawlers on the right make it through the blockade and are going to push in and grab both the tower and these Stormcallers. And if they're lucky, and if luck is on their side, it looks like it is, they'll be able to come in and flank without this arc light being online. Go, little crawlers, go. They're going to eat up all of these Stormcallers. Wow, Shadoff actually able to pull off this because he had enough arc lights just to deal with those Fang early. Actually able to make this work. The rest of these tanks should have no problem dealing with what's left on the field. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that these little crawlers won't be making it out of here. They might pick up a couple of Fang before they go down, though. At least getting one. But importantly, delaying just so that these tanks can get into range and clean up the rest of the units. Really interesting start of the round, and some really good deployment here by Shadoff is probably going to earn him the victory. Yes, it does. It's surprising how fast arc lights can shoot. Like, they can just really shoot, shoot, shoot. Does Pushover grab a couple of Phoenix? The answer is yes. He immediately unlocks them. Deployment spec for both players. I do like this. We see a Phoenix and some Fang. Good play here by Pushover. Also, just having the slight extra range. That's not the Phoenix range. Having the slight extra range on the Phoenix is just really, really nice. Like, it can't be underestimated. The range upgrade is probably one of the strongest upgrades for any units in the game. Of course, besides melee units. Though I guess if you could turn Fang, if they could, like, eject their little drill on death and, like, shoot a small distance out, maybe 10 meters when they die, just as, like, a little throw-up shot, that'd be kind of cool. I'd like that. Stormcallers here on the left for Shadoff. I actually really like this deployment here. What's going to happen? He'll eat up these Fang really quickly, and by doing so, allow his crawlers to kind of flow in a little bit easier. Unfortunately, this arc light is still going to be an issue, but I have a feeling the Stormcaller will clean out both of them. Let's see how this goes. Is there anything that shoots up? There is not. Pushover must win this round. I believe that... Nope, yeah, Shadoff literally has nothing that shoots up. The Phoenix win. GG, let's see how good these Stormcallers do. They do exceedingly well. Able to clean off everything there. That's the power of a Stormcaller. If everything is slow, Stormcallers are very, very strong. These Phoenix will earn themselves a level, though, for all their troubles, and I'm predicting it, but they get to kill basically the entirety of Shadoff's army, including quite a few tanks and crawlers. It might get to the point at which both players opt to speed up, thank Christ. It might get to the point at which that the game lasts long enough, the Phoenix don't kill everything, and Shadoff deals a little bit of damage. 40 seconds left. Pushover's a race against time. He gets it. All right, hey, the Phoenix get a level, though. That's very important. Level 2 Phoenix. Heck yeah. There's the Rhino. Pushover grabs a missile. He just needs to deal with a little bit of chaff. I wouldn't be surprised if Shadoff picks the missile as well. Ooh. Well, there we are. 2 more Phoenix for Pushover. I think this is a wise decision. He already has 1 out. I'd like it to get the upgrade just because he knows a Rhino's coming. And you know what's a great answer to a Rhino? Some Phoenix. Shadoff kind of needs to worry a little bit about the air. He still doesn't have anything that shoots up. Opts to grab another unit of crawlers. He doesn't have anything unlocked that shoots up, and that's annoying. It's going to cost him either nothing or a little bit of money to grab some units that shoot up, including possibly some Phoenix of his own. I would think Mustang or snipers would be the order of business here. I might lean a little bit towards the Mustang myself just because they do deal with a lot of these annoying Fang quite easily. They would get cleaned up by arc lights quite quickly, though. It's tough. Shadoff finds himself in a really difficult position. Opts just to grab another Stormcaller. Puts it right at the front. Ooh, and unfortunately, those Stormcallers just entered the danger zone. Ooh, backs him up. Maybe only losing 1 at this point, possibly 2. Where's Pushover's missile? Oh, that is Pushover's missiles. Where's Shadoff's missile? Shadoff, I do like this. The background crawlers are quite good. Wow, opting not to pick anything to shoot up at this point. Okay, well, we know Pushover wins. Or Pushover. A lot of damage coming out in that missile. Not enough to kill the Stormcallers, though. Alright, this Rhino's going to stand proud for a minute, but he will get gunned down quite quickly by the Phoenix. Stormcaller shots work out very well, but hey, Shadoff has clearly won the ground war. There's no debating that. Unfortunately, he just can't win the aerial war. Without anything that shoots up, that's that. These arc lights can't even shoot up. They don't even have the possibility to. These 4 Phoenix will eventually win the day. What happened to the other one? Something must have been shooting up. Probably hit by a missile or something. Good damage. Just a little bit of tick damage. And maybe Shadoff is saying, you know what? I'll take a little bit of tick damage just to develop my ground army quite a bit. And then I can come back and deal with an aerial force quite well. Of course, if that aerial force starts to upgrade out of control, that can become an issue. Pushover skips. Shadoff, what do you go with? It's a little early to pick it. Oh, he does pick up the super heavy armor. I was going to say it's a little early to be picking it up, but he goes with it. This Rhino will now live through a lot more shots, but these Phoenix are level 2. Ooh, and there's a lot of Phoenix coming down. Oh, Shadoff. Oh, Shadoff. This is becoming very dangerous. The Phoenix are becoming more and more relentless. As more and more Phoenix come out, they become they can be hard counter, don't get me wrong. But the hard counter becomes more difficult to get into play because the Phoenix, if there's a mass amount of them, it's very easy to drop down more Stormcallers, more Fang to actually protect them. So high damage utilitarian units like Snipers and Phoenix are hard to get going. But when you have enough of them going, and you're winning games, and your opponent allows you to continue to win games as such, it becomes rough. Wow, Shadoff really just saying, hey, I'm going to take at least, what, 2, 4, 6, 800 damage? It's a play. He's going to be down to 1,600 health at the end of this round. Oh, he does have a couple units of Fang, though. Oh, never mind. Those Fang are his own Fang for Pushover. Yeah. Well, we know that the Rhino might make it in now. It gets stopped. It will get the tower. Okay, the ground war looking like it will once again go in the way of Shadoff. Big thanks to this Rhino, but does it matter? I'm not too sure when this transition to anti-air will come up, but it needs to happen in the next round or two, or else Shadoff might just be too far behind. Pushover has such a health lead right now, he can make some weird choices like picking up hackers or just getting a top supply specialist and really running this game through the economy. Shadoff takes significant damage. He's half HP if I remember correctly. Speed specialist versus shield device. Man, the extra speed's going to do quite a good amount here for Shadoff. He needs the speed just to engage. There's some Phoenix of his own. Oh. He's going to need a lot of them. And he's going to need them to outrange. Ooh. Flanking Phoenix. Okay. Hidden Phoenix, Hidden Dragon. I like this. A lot more Phoenix coming out here for Pushover. Pushover is just leaning heavily into the Phoenix, and it's not a bad option. Shadoff grabs the upgraded tanks. The Mecho Rage is quite strong. Unfortunately, these Phoenix, I'm not sure they'll come in and do anything at this point. I would have liked to have seen some Mustang, but I understand why Shadoff can't go with Mustang given the number of Stormcallers on the field. This is really a difficult spot for him to pull himself out. Movement increase once again. Wow, all of Shadoff's units are going to be moving so quickly. What are these little guys moving at now? Speed 22. Jeez. This Rhino is going to be able to boogie. Speed 22 as well. Look at it go. Kind of crossing paths randomly. Let's see how quickly the Phoenix can take care of it. Not super fast. Of course, the Phoenix are earning a lot of XP. The 2 Cycle Phoenixes do die very quickly. The Rhino not able to get in there and deal with it. And once again, there's nothing left that shoots up here for Shadoff. He'll clean up the ground units, no problem. And knowing that he cleans up the ground units so well, imagine if there were just 2 or 3 units of Mustang coming in right now with the anti-air upgrade. That would be significant. These Phoenix are all earning themselves a lot of levels, though, a lot of XP. It's not great here. It's not great, but hey, Shadoff knows what he's doing. He's played exceedingly well throughout this tournament. I don't think he would just randomly forget that he needs units that shoot up. Underground threat for both players. There's the underground threat for Pushover. Shadoff, you need to get something that shoots up this turn. You have to kill the Phoenix this turn. All right, you've won the ground war, I think, every round this game. Ops for Wasps. Okay. Wasps do die very quickly to these Fang. Shadoff needs the cash, so he goes with the extra. He moves his Phoenix back as well. Okay. Where are the Wasps, man? Give me Wasps. At least they can shoot up. They will get distracted. I would have preferred a more dedicated anti-air unit, but hey, whatever. Pushover has already played out his units. Oh my god, and the shield on the Fang is very, very important. It just means that these tanks are going to take so much longer to kill them, even with this mechanical rage. Lots of upgrades coming out on these Phoenix. Oh no, and the missiles are heavy. I'm not sure this Rhino will make it in this time. There's a lot more upgraded Phoenix to kill it. Where does Pushover put his... There's 3 Phoenix. Or 3 Wasps even. Just to help protect the Phoenix and hopefully deal with the enemy Phoenix. Might be too little too late. It might be too little too late. Where are the crawlers? Underground threat. Okay, they're just going to fight each other. This should probably go in the way of... Well, it will probably go in the way of Shadoff just because these Wasps might get involved. Ooh. These Wasps might get involved now. That becomes a little bit more of a dangerous proposition. Let's see how it goes. Missiles blowing up everywhere. Yeah, the Wasps do get involved. And actually having those Wasps turn at the right time might be more useful here. There is not a lot to deal with these Fang. And the Fang having that extra shield is very important. Oh, crawlers need to make it in. And they need to get in there quick. They don't. That's rough. It's become an air war again, as a lot of the missiles did die. Ooh, that shield going down at a very important time. Or sorry, the tower. There aren't any shields left except for this one on the bottom right. All right, are there enough Phoenix? I don't think so. There's 1 Phoenix and a couple of Wasps left, and these Wasps are dealing with level 2 Phoenix. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is not looking good. If you can get another 3 or 4 of these Phoenix down, all of a sudden, Shadoff is in a much better position. There's even some units on the ground. He lives by the skin of his teeth. Oh, oh. My word. My word, my word. Range specialist for Pushover. This is very important. Shadoff picks it up too. Okay. Oh my god. Mass Wasp coming out for Pushover. Mass Mustang, finally. Mass Mustang coming off for Shadoff. Coming out for Shadoff. Really, really important. Give them a range increase or anti-air. Just something. That way they can munch through these crawlers, munch through the Fang a little bit quicker to get online. Dance of the Crawlers. Lots of missiles coming out. Neither player has opted to go with heavy shields yet. Oh, the Wasps have shields. These Mustang really have to do a lot of work. Unupgraded Mustang might not do it. Some missiles in the backline here for Pushover. I do like that. Shadoff still has his missile. He could deploy it and possibly take out some of these units. At least knock off their shields. Opts to munch a unit. What does he munch? One of these crawlers on the flank? No, he leaves them. Another Mustang. Okay. Lots of Mustang. Give them range, buddy. They need range. Instead goes with the anti-air. Not bad. At least then the Mustang might prioritize the aerial units a little bit before anything else. He's been winning the ground war. It might not swing in his favor with all of these Wasps on the ground now. So Wasps are very important that they can shoot up and down, which is great because, you know, they can take a little bit of damage. They can delay some damage, but actually, the Rhino was the thing to be eaten here. That's where he got all that money from. Ooh, the Mustang are doing a very good job at clearing out Fang. They're starting to plink away at these Phoenix. Just kissing the Phoenix. They don't do a lot of damage against them, but they're able to get rid of a lot of Wasps as well. Ooh, and that's a lot of dead Mustang. Down goes the tower. Very important. These Mustang are able to keep firing for at least another 30 seconds. The Phoenix are able to get online and shoot enemy Phoenix. Oh, this is looking like a win for Shadoff. Finally, the comeback is here. What a crazy game. All right, we're back in it, folks. For those who doubted, we sent our thoughts and our telekinesis through the maelstrom. of the internet. Can Shadoff continue to push? Pushover opts to skip. He just wants a little bit of cash. I could see this amp core coming in very useful. Amp core on these Mustang would be important. Man, there's a lot of Stormcallers now. Stormcallers popping fire will absolutely wipe these Mustangs. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Shadoff does go with the amp core, but this is what I was talking about, where if you let the Phoenix get out of control and you answer them a little bit too late, all of a sudden your opponent just pivots into something that answers your answer, and now you're out of HP. Tanks have an upgrade. They're very, very tanky. 39,000 HP. It's not a fortress, but it's pretty darn tanky. Mass shielding here for Shadoff. At least 3 of them. I'd like to see another one. Pushover, man, just a lot of Stormcallers. A lot of Stormcallers. And those Stormcallers will absolutely nuke everything that's on the field here. This is going to be really, really tough. Let's see if Shadoff can win another round. This is it. He has to win pretty much every single round from now on. The range on the Mustang is a very important upgrade because it does allow them to get rid of a lot of the fire damage that would be coming in against them. So what can happen is the fire will drop. The Mustangs might just wait right outside of range and be able to clear up a lot of these units. Unfortunately, these Mustang will not be able to get rid of... Ooh, more crawlers. That's not the right choice here. These Mustang will not be able to get rid of the Stormcaller shots. Here comes the fire. It lands just outside of the range. The Mustang are able to clean up all of these units while still safely inside their shields. Ooh, the Wasps come in and the Mustang are still cowering inside their shields. Down goes the tower. Shadoff needs to keep these Mustangs nice and safe. The tanks really just zipping through there. Able to kill that tower so exceedingly quickly. The Mustang just chilling. Oh my god, those Mustangs survived by the skin of their teeth, and what's important is it looks like the majority of these shields, all of the shields, still stand. Oh my god, that's a lot of money saved here for Shadoff. A small win once again. Pushover is probably slapping himself. What the heck is going on here? He had this guy dead to rights, and now he's making a comeback. My word, the nuke. Oh, bring me the nuke. Shadoff. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes! Both players pick up the nuke. I love it. Shadoff thinks it's the end of the game. He grabs the range increase. Will he grab the movement? I don't know. 2 nukes coming down. This could very well end it. Man, Shadoff's got to be worried about these extra missiles, though. He can't afford for the Mustang to shoot down missiles, though. Here's the nuke. It's going to land on these shields. The shields did last time. I feel like Shadoff's nuke might be a little bit more important, but all of these Wasps do have shields. Can these tanks zoom on in? We'll find out. More Wasps here for Shadoff as well. The Wasps won't get tagged out by the Stormcallers. Stormcallers all get mass upgrades just to try and knock through these shields a little bit quicker. Very important for that nuke. Where's Shadoff play the nuke? I would assume right down the center. Remember, flying units are not protected by shields. Phoenix reposition. Shadoff still has $100. Pushover has $250. These units on the flank have been being eaten up this entire game, but they've been costing Pushover just a little bit of cash. There's the nuke. Might be a little far back here. We'll find out. Really, it's more to tag a lot of these Stormcallers, I would think. All right, here it goes. Oh my god. Oh, the heart rate is high. 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It's on. Oh, the missiles drop. Here come the zoomy tanks. The nuke is about to go off. It will get a lot of these Phoenix, but the shields are still strong on both flanks. Oh, one shield goes down. Here comes the second shield. Oh, and it absorbs the damage for the majority of the units on both sides. Unfortunately, without those shields, these Stormcaller shots are able to start getting in on the Mustang. Oh no, the Mustang are shooting, but they will not be able to push forward into the Stormcallers. I think that this is it for Shadoff. He just doesn't have the HP. These Stormcallers are going to win it. Oh my gosh. That is that. The nuke on both flanks. Very, very good job by both players. Congratulations to both of them. We will see our tournament standings here in a moment. GG. Here we have it. Pushover, our winner. Shadoff coming in at number 2. Congratulations to our runner-up and everybody else who participated in the tournament. I appreciate seeing all of you. Hey, Bare Hands was in. Good for him. I love that guy. Well, I mean, I don't know him personally, but Andy played out very well. Kebab, very good player. Congratulations to all those who played. And we have a new guy. We'll see you all shortly. And remember, like, subscribe, and put your videos up if you want me to cast them. See ya.